Hi, this is Steve from the Dice Cup, and today I'm going to show you how to play Blokus. It's a game for 2 to 4 players. It's a tile-laying abstract game where you're trying to get as most of your pieces out on the board as you can, and the person with the fewest squares left at the end is the winner. You're going to have, in Blokus, 4 different colours, and you're going to have different combinations of all the ways to arrange 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 squares. For example, here are some Blokus pieces with 5 squares. You can have some with 4 squares, you can have some with 3, some with 2, and one tiny one that has 1, if I can find it in here somewhere. There's the 1 piece. And the rules for playing in Blokus are as follows. Whenever I place a square on the board, a piece on the board, it must be touching a corner of one of your existing pieces. You're going to start off in the very corner, and as you build up, you can build away from the corner of one of your existing pieces. You can go like this, and as long as it will fit on the board, you can keep going. I can play that one over there, I can play that one there, and you're going to be intermixing your pieces with other people's pieces. You're going to take it in turns, each person starting from a corner of the board, until you've placed as many pieces as you can. As soon as you can no longer place a piece, you have to pass, and you'd pass for the remainder of the game. You'd keep going till everyone's placed as many pieces as they can, and you'd at the end count up the squares you have left in your bin of pieces. So this will be worth 5 points at the end. You're trying to finish with as fewest points as possible to see who wins the game. Let me just show you how a board might look after everyone's played as many pieces as they can. So now I've got to a point, I've not played as efficiently as possible, but I've tried to be as quick as I could, where I can't go with any colour that I can see, apart from that single yellow bit which I missed. And that what would happen now is you would score the pieces you have left. So yellow has a 5 piece, a 5 piece and a 4 piece left. Yellow would score 14 points. And you'd score each person separately just to see who won. I imagine yellow or green won because they had more turns, but I'd have to sit there and counting. It looks like yellow's won from what I've got. Green scored 18, yellow scored 14, and blue and red have scored more than that. You play to as much as possible, and you're trying to block other people out of areas. As you can see here, that red and green have that area, red and green have that area, yellow and blue have the majority of this half of the board, but yellow's got a lot further in other people's areas than anyone else has. That's the game of Blokus. It can play 2 to 4 players. With 4 players you have 1 colour each. With 2 players you have 2 colours each. You're starting in opposite corners, and obviously you're trying not to block your own pieces off, but you're trying to stop other people, and you'd add up your collective scores together. And with 3 players it's not as easy. With 3 players you'd have 1 colour each, and you'd take alternate goes with the 4th colour. You always have to play with 4 colours on the board. But that can be a bit unfair on the person, well, it's a bit biased on the person who's starting opposite the blank person, because that person doesn't really get blocked out as much. That's Blokus. It plays in about 15 minutes, and if you like abstract tile placing games, it's one for you. This has been Steve from the Dice Cup. Thank you very much.